Hi and welcome to today's stretch and release. So today we're all about letting go of tension in the body, really releasing, I suppose, the chest, the shoulders, the neck, back, the pelvis, and all of the pelvic region, back into that lower back area of any tension or holding that we have in the body. Sometimes we have so much tension in our body we're not even aware of it. So we'll be recapping on some of the things that we've done previously, but also adding in a few new ones as well, really to get a good roll into the spine. So starting at the end of your mat, we're going to start standing, get the shoulders right back and down, and we're ready to move from here. Tuck the chin right into the chest. Try not to go too far, too quick. Keep the chin really tucked in, but keep the tailbone tucked under. So we're creating a space between the back of the neck and the tailbone. Try to come slowly forward, letting your arms come forward. Take the weight out of the heels and in towards the fronts of the feet. As you start to roll, letting your weight just hang. There's no reaching involved, there's no stretching, you're not trying to touch anywhere in particular. You're just letting your weight come forward. That's great. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Now there's no pressure to get to any particular point. Just hang and breathe and let it all out. Shake the wrists, shake the hands, and just let everything fall forward. And then all the way up again. Slowly stack the spine back up and get the shoulders back and down. You'll notice if you're doing this first thing in the morning, you're a lot tighter, but just slow it down and use your breath as the mechanism for stretching rather than reaching or trying to get to a certain point. If you're working at your desk a lot or you're in that seated position a lot, this is great as a movement break during your day, just for 5, 10, 15 minutes. So going again, chin to the chest. So your breath is really the mechanism of stretching here. So breathe deeply, trying to open across the back of the neck and shoulders, in through each vertebrae, the whole way down through the spine. Bringing the weight into the fronts of the feet to stretch down the back of the legs and just let everything hang, hang, hang. Breathe in and out. Slowly rolling back again. Stack the spine from the bottom through to the top. Lengthen and load and roll the shoulders right back and down. We're going to reach up this time. Reach back slightly and roll those shoulders right back and down. Once again, reach up, reach back and roll the shoulders right back and down. Let's do that one more time. This time, we're going to keep the arms at the ears and let the body come forward. Reach forward, reach forward. So you're trying not to let your arms go down in front of your body. You're just reaching out, way out of those heels and reach out. At some point, you're going to have to roll down and roll. Hang the weight again. Breathe in and out and in. And reach forward. Bring the arms to the ears. Lift out of the heels. Come forward, 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 and up, 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 up. Lean and release. Let's do that one more time. Big sweep up, back and forward. Stick that bum right up into the air. High as you can. Reach forward. So you're like an L shape. Going all the way down. Hang the weight. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Now, slightly forward with the hands if you're able. And then see if we can lift up one heel and bend in the knee, pushing through the other leg, and change. And change. And change. 3, 2, and 1. Walk back, reach, lengthen, and all the way up to the top. Roll those shoulders right back and down. Very similar. Bring the fingertips to touch. Bring the fingertips up to the chest. Bring the arms back as far as you can. Now stay where you are. Straighten your arms out. Stay where you are. Turn your palms towards each other, reaching up towards the ceiling. Pull the shoulders right back and down. Now we don't really want the chest to lift up like this. So we want to try and keep the chest and ribs down, but open the chest up and really pull those arms back as much as you can comfortably. As we do that, we're going to lengthen through the head. Again, keep your back nice and long as you come forward. All the way down, hang the weight, pull the shoulders back, breathe in, out, in, look out, come all the way up to the top, and roll those shoulders back and down. Do that one more time. Okay, had a bit of a camera change there, angle, and down we go. That's great. Open the chest, pull everything right back and down, and lengthen forward. So it might be a bit too low, but anyway. All the way down, 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 down. Hang and pull back through those shoulder blades. Really try and pull the arms back behind you. Hold, look out, come all the way up to the top. And release there. Okay, we'll just do another quick standing position. So taking the feet apart, as far as is comfortable for you. What I don't want you to do is let your bum stick out. So try and tuck your tailbone underneath you. So really tuck under and hold that position. Reach the arms up, sink the shoulder blades down. Take a big reach and stretch out, and then tip down through the bottom arm. Follow through to the top arm. I'm sorry I've lost sight of that top arm, but it's reaching up to the ceiling and reaching down towards the ground. Try not to come forward. So imagine you're between two panes glass and you're really lengthening in two different directions. Coming up on the inhale, reaching and lowering. Inhale again here. Exhale. In to come up. And reach and lower. Inhaling again. Out, sinking deeper. In to come up. And last time, big lengthen. Reach out first, then follow through. Exhaling, inhaling. Exhaling, hold, and inhaling to come up. And while we're here, let's open those arms. Double forward, lengthen forward, hang down, and just let your neck really collapse down. Breathe in. I'd really encourage you to sigh the breath out. Open the arms out to the side once again, look out, lengthen, come all the way to the top and roll those shoulders back and down. So at the end of your mat, once again, we're rolling towards the floor, chin in, and roll and walk. As we walk out, let's bring the knees onto the floor, where the knees are underneath the shoulders, the feet are relaxed, and the hands are underneath, the knees underneath the hips, and the hands are underneath the shoulders, of course. So here we go. Rounding the spine up to the ceiling. Try to do it in the order that we looked at, either starting at the tailbone or the head. So you're going tailbone under, lower back, middle back, upper back, chin goes in, inhale. And in the same order, bum goes up, lower back, middle back, shoulder blades, push the ground away, look up. And again, same way, tuck, 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 and then in. And then bum up. One more time, big round through the whole way. And then let everything go down through the middle and all the way up. So just as we stay here, we're going to do the reach in under. And coming up, opening up the chest. And under. And up in. Now if you find it keeping the arms straight is difficult, you can put the hands at the temple and twist like that, whichever you prefer. Reach right in and then up. One more time, reach in and up and change over. Big sweeping movements and open. Sweeping movements and open. Two more. That's really lovely. Open the chest. Last time. Right in and all the way up. Well done. So staying here, let's sit the bum right back to the heels, stretching it. So it's your chance just to see Where can you go to with this? Drop the elbows if you're able. Try and encourage the forehead towards the floor, but it doesn't have to. You can rest your forehead on the backs of your hands and just breathe. You might be more comfortable opening the knees and finding that space and getting lower and deeper down. Breathe in. One more time. And rolling back up to the top, roll the shoulders right back and down. So just staying where you are there for a second. We're going to hold this position and just look at going a little bit from side to side. Now we'll do this again in a second. Hand to the side, let the elbow bend and reach over. Now rather than collapsing, try and reach up and away. Draw the shoulder blade down, let the head hang, and come up. Let's go again. And again. Last time. And all the way up. Backs of the hands towards each other. Let's get a good stretch in between the shoulder blades. Breathe in. Tuck the chin in deeply. Breathe in again. Open the chest up. Pull those fingertips back together again. Open, look back. Come up to the center. Take your head over to one side. Still trying to pull back the shoulder blades. Center and over. One more time. Across. And one more time. Pull back the shoulders and release. So roll those shoulders. Take one hand to the side of the, onto the shoulder and reach that head over. And on the other side. Just see where you can go to and back. Well done. Wow, okay. So we just want to take one step forward here with this position and just see if we can open up the hips a little bit. So nice and easy, step forward with one foot. Now I still want you to make sure that the knee is not compromised. So the knee is not going to go past the ankle, but we are going to see if we can sink our weight forward into that. So take as much weight in the pelvis forward as you can and try and keep the hips square. So you can see that we're just sinking down. Not leaning forward, still going to try and stay upright and let the weight come forward in under us. And breathing here and then taking the back hand, so the back leg hand, reach up, drop the shoulder, look up, look back, lean back a little and still feel the weight pushing forward at the hip. And then we're going to take the arm over the body. Breathing. And then we're going to sit back just a little. Now you can keep your toes down and sit back just a little, or you can keep your lift your heel up. And again, you're just sitting back enough that you can feel that stretch. Maybe lower the toe back down again and lift the heel, or the toe, sorry. Well done, change over to the other side. So a nice big step forward, lean in through the pelvis as opposed to your chest. So just through your pelvis, feel that lean. Again, the ankle is in front of or just under the knee. And we're going to take the back arm up, big lift and open. And let's go across the body. So you really feel that your weight is still coming forward. Your chest is going back. Your shoulder is dropped. Your arm is at your ear, not in front of your eyes. And you're really letting that fall over. Inhaling. And again, we're just sitting back a little. Keep your toes down for a second. Bring your hands to the floor if you need to. Just feel the stretch through the ankle. And then let's pull the heel up. And sit your weight back. You don't have to go back to the floor. Toes down again. And we're going to take this same leg and just reach it out to the side. So if it's out to the side, let's get the hands down for support. And just let the leg slide. You want to feel tension, but you want to feel in control. You don't want to feel like you're doing the splits involuntarily. And you're holding that stretch there. Breathing in and breathing out. and just find where you've got that. Coming back to the center, and let's try that on the other side. So out to the side, and then just see if you can slide into it. Coming back in, and let's take the weight back to the heels once again, and reach forward. Well done. So we're over onto our back now. We're going to take it lying onto the mat. Just be gentle on how you move around here. So on the mat, we're going to do one movement on the mat, and then we're going to do a seated rolling position as well. But these are all, I suppose, with a view to releasing tension and stretching out the back of the neck and through the length of the spine. So holding your position here, we want to keep the chin in and try and walk the shoulders down the back. As we do, our feet are underneath the knees for good support, and we're thinking about the pelvic position. So we're going to press the lower back into the floor nice and deep. Pressing the lower back down and hold the pressure. Sink the ribs. Sink the chest. So our goal is always to try to close the ribs down and the chest down, never to flare them up and rise them up. So work on that. Pressing your lower back into the floor, start to keel up your tailbone. Keeping your ribs down, your chest down, start to come up through the length of the back till we're up across the back of the neck if you can. And then we're going to encourage the body back down again. So big exhales. Feel the way you can maintain the lift or maintain the height in the lift without compromising the front of the body. So we don't need to be up here to keep the height. We can close this. Draw in, draw up, hold the work through the ribs and the hips nice and tight. But everything is drawn in and drawn up. Floating the arms up. Floating the arms back, not drawing up the rib cage or the chest. Slowly start to roll back down from the back of the neck, through the length of the spine, into the floor, and release. Well done. Let's do that again. This time hands up, shoulders back and down, roll up. Close the ribs. Slowly roll. All the way down. And last time, roll up. Arms back. Roll down. And feel each vertebrae hitting the ground and try and stretch the spaces between them as you move into the floor and release. Well done. Hug the knees into the chest gently and gently rock from side to side there. Well done. If you're able to keep your knees in, bring both knees towards the floor. Let's take both arms across the floor, about shoulder height. Try and pin the shoulder blade down. If it's difficult to keep the knees down, just place the weight of your hand over them and take a look down the opposite arm. Coming back to the center with the legs and then all the way over towards the floor. It doesn't matter if you can't go to the floor. Again, if you need the weight on the knees to hold them down, try and get this shoulder blade to sink and your breath is the action. Coming back up and release. Well, a quick stretch here, taking the knee across, reach that leg out, reach in between and grab on. pulling the legs towards you. So we're going to move slightly towards your toes that are crossed over. Now, if you've done the bar and the bum work this week, you'll definitely feel that stretch. And come back to the center, stretch up that back leg, push out the heel and the toes, and change over. Well done. So crossing over, take the knee out, grab on, pull in nice and tight. Come across towards the toes till you really feel the pull, which is not far from me. Pull. Lift up the back leg, push out the heel, push out the toes, and release. Now, we're going to hug the knees and we're going to roll up to seated, but we're going to do it as slow as possible. So as many rolls as you possibly can, slow it down until you have to come up. So slowly start to roll. I prefer to roll behind my knees and we just get a little bit of momentum moving through the spine. But again, we're trying to avoid sitting up completely and just trying to look through the full range. Once we do come up, turn back around. Once we do come up, I want you to hands at the sides of the shins, just about the side of the shins there. Sitting up as tall as you can through your lower back, lifting up out of your sit bones and lift your toes up. So this is your first challenge. Keep the position, draw in the tummy, tuck in the elbows and drop the shoulders. The movement comes from initiation of tilting the pelvis. So do this really slowly, but you will need to go a little bit faster. Slow, tilt, begins the roll, and we come back up, but we do not bring the toes back down. So hold the lift through the spine. There's a tuck and a C shape, rolls us back, we roll up, and we lift that chest and spine as much as we can again. Here we go, let's do 4. What you'll notice is that I'm not bringing my knees into my chest. So I'm not just hugging in really tight. We're trying to keep the same distance, the knees to the chest, all the time. Last time, tilt and roll. And up to tall. Well done. Bring those feet back onto the floor and let's cross the legs in nice and tight. So that should feel really nice. Lift the chest, roll the shoulders right back and down behind you, and let's take a bit of a sweeping movement. So opposite hand across the opposite leg. Big sweep across and behind. As the fingertips come to the floor, I want you to lift up your chest with the back arm. And then with the front arm, try and push your legs away as you turn around. Look over the shoulder. Breathe in, blow out, and come back around. To the opposite side, same thing, big sweep. And release. And back around. So that was lovely. I really hope you enjoyed that release and roll session, particularly if you've done a few sessions this week. So I hope you can really feel that. It's definitely one that you can use throughout your normal day, tagged on to the end of any type of exercise that you are doing for your stretch, but definitely as a kind of a movement break if you're finding that you're getting quite stiff or you're doing something quite repetitively, if it's just sitting or even standing, but particularly if you're working at home these days, it's definitely something that might really work into your day to break up the inactivity and just give you a good stretch out. So if you have joined me for the full week, I really want to say thank you so much for sticking with it. It's been a great week and the feedback has been amazing, and I'm so delighted to have been able to contribute to anybody's life in this time, and particularly this second lockdown I find is not as so well received as the first one. I'm not saying the first one was well received, but people were much more motivated. I know the weather obviously really helped in that, and we were motivated by the children being off school maybe and things like that. Whereas we're just not as motivated to look after ourselves as well as we did the first time. So to have been able to contribute to anybody getting up and getting moving and making the most of their day, I'm so delighted to have been able to do that. If it has kept you going, if it has given you a focus, if it has improved your energy, your mood, your range of movement, reduced your stiffness and your aches, I'm so delighted to have been able to provide it, or to provide that for you this week. And like, those videos are accessible to you for the foreseeable, so please do revisit them via your emails, the links that you've already got, to do them again and again, as many times as you wish. I know a lot of people have already reached out to find out what's next, and I have to, I suppose, have a really good think of what's the best thing that I can do for you to follow up this week. So let me come back to you on that over the next few days, and we can talk then. Have a great weekend, and thank you so much for such an enjoyable week. I've really loved it. Thank you.